So I want to go ahead and give some update to the explosion of the Valero refinery in Port Arthur, Texas. So I just got a couple details of the thing because they don't know what started it. They don't know why it happened. And it was definitely an explosion. So you got, lots of bombings all over the place. He said he was going to blow up some power plants, right? So reports, I'm just a little worried that this could be World War III. I don't think it is, but you hope for the best and expect the worst. Smoke at Valero refinery in Port Arthur, shelter in place issued for West Side residents. There was an explosion followed by a pillar of smoke rising from the Valero refinery in Port Arthur. What it reminds me of, because all the smoke is just like one big stack. I want to say pillory. I don't know if that's right, but just pilloried on up. And what it reminded me of is maybe like a tenth of the bombing that had happened in Iran, about a week ago or so. That's what it reminds me of. And the reason why that image is fused into my brain is because we should not allow this bullshit to become normal, right? This isn't normal. Antonio Mitchell with the Port Arthur Fire Department confirmed there's an incident at the Valero facility, but said details remain limited at this time. We don't have units at the scene currently. They're rolling there now. The type of incident is unknown at this time. Mitchell said Port Arthur police and fire departments are advising residents on the west side of the city to shelter in place at this time, according to the emergency alert. 12 News is on the way to not to secure the scene. They're on their way to the scene. Let's take a listen to the explosion, okay? Because it was definitely an explosion. Let's listen to it again. So it sounded like it was an explosion, and then there was some shaking and some little tremor sounds. So it sounded like a shotgun, really, like. This is from some resident camera, so I presume it's, within the area, but all we're seeing right here is just a driveway. But one more time, this was the explosion. So if there was multiple reports, right, we want to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Yeah, I'll turn it up. Okay, so one quick, simple explosion. It could be a number of things. I across one article that said that there was some gas leak. They had to fix like a gas leak many moons ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. And so it could be a number of things, right? It's anything, any possibilities. All possibilities are on the table. Details are limited. Jefferson County Sheriff Zena Stevens said the incident may have involved a heater unit. No injuries have been reported. No evacuations have been ordered. Officials are monitoring air quality in the area. Interim Port Arthur Fire Chief Louis Havens said 2 engines were initially sent to the refinery and a hazmat team was being deployed to Valero. Havens also confirmed there's been no injuries or deaths reported. Beaumont Fire Department and the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office are assisting the Port Arthur Fire Department. Witnesses across the Mid-County area reported hearing a loud boom that rattled car windows. A resident near the scene told a 12 News crew the area smelled like rotten eggs. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality said emergency response coordinators and regional staff have been deployed with handheld and mobile air monitoring assets in response to the Valero fire in Port Arthur and are coordinating through incident command. Officials said updates will be shared as they become available. The Texas Department of Transportation urged drivers to avoid the area, asking motorists to steer clear of SH-87 and SH-82 near the refinery. Explosion reported at the Valero refinery in Port Arthur, Texas. Okay, so I guess we could just speculate. I mean, what could it be, right? Maybe it's that gas leak because, I've been seeing the drones. You just take a drone, and if it's got some explosion on it, they'll sit there and watch the damn thing, and they target it pretty good, right? If there's a boat, they'll hit, a piece of the boat. But who could fly a drone all the way here? It's in Texas, so what you think could be Mexico? Could it be, Cuba? Is this people are talking about it being a false flag. Oh, of course. They were going to scale back the Iran war, so now Israel just pulled off a false flag in order to get us back into this war. So it could be a number of things, right? If it was an attack, that's fucking grave, and that's scary as shit, because I know that Americans typically just ignore all foreign policy until, it comes home to roost. And the moment it comes home to roost, you could either go right wing and just, call for blood across the spectrum, or you could say, okay, apprehend the criminals, but let's actually address the root causes of the damn thing. Maybe the world doesn't want us to kill a bunch of innocent people, Maybe that has to do with the reason why there's anti-Americanism in this world. So I think it's all I got is speculation, because it could be a number of things, right? They said that it was a heater or something. It makes me think of also the USS Maine. A lot of people want to say that it was the Spanish-American. It was the Spanish that had blown up the USS Maine, but they said actually it was some internal thing. It was an internal thing. They got blamed on the damn government, so we actually got into a war, many false flags. Maybe we should pull that up. Many false flags. We've got into a lot of wars over false flags. So the Spanish-American War was the sinking of the USS Maine. You had the LBJ, and then there was that, something resolution, the Gulf of Tonkin resolution. That was a false flag. Oh, they attacked us. Well, no, they didn't. And then there's been a whole bunch of other ones. So, that's Hitler did that to the Reichstag. He went ahead and attacked his own damn thing. So maybe it's our own government, right? It could be Iran, but Iran wouldn't have the capacity. They're saying they just have short-range ballistics, so they could only really attack in their area. So maybe somebody on behalf of Iran? I don't know. That sounds far-fetched. We bombed Somalia. We bombed Nigeria. We being America, and then the U.S. government. So this president has bombed 7 countries so far. So it could be Yemen, right? It could be Nigeria, Somalia. It was Iraq. We bombed Iraq. So no details, really, except something blew up, and that's all we know. So hopefully this isn't the start of World War III. Let's hope.